Hi everyone, Nick Thompson here from NEC. Thanks for joining me again on the SV9100 sales training course. This section we're covering InFIAS. InFIAS is available on the SV9100 and the SL2100. Before we get started, I'd really like to explain exactly what FIAS is. We'll look at PMS middleware and obviously the application itself in FIAS. We'll look at the features and benefits. I'll cover configuration and pricing, and I'll show you where there's some very useful information. Okay, so what's InFIAS? Well, InFIAS is another fantastic developed built-in application or in-app from NEC. So it sits on the processor of the SL2100 or the SV9100. And basically it connects the hotel's front of house system, sometimes called the PMS, the property management system, directly to the SV9100 or SL2100. That means there's no PMS middleware required for the hotel. Obviously, that means less equipment, less upgrades and any maintenance costs or any IT costs associated with that. And that's going to lower the total cost of ownership for the hotel and save the hotel potentially thousands of pounds. Okay, so before we continue with InFIAS, I think it's important we understand exactly what FIAS is. Now, FIAS stands for Fidelio Interface Application Specification. And I know you can hear me laughing now. That's honestly because I don't expect, it's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? I don't expect you to lose any sleep over that whatsoever. All you really need to know is that it's a recognized industry standard. It's just a form of code. It's universal protocol, and it's used in many PMS or hotel front of house systems. It's a little bit like saying SIP or ISDN. It's just a recognized protocol. So some hotel PMS use it, and some hotel PMS or front of house systems do not use it. So our application in FIAS is compatible with front of house systems using FIAS 2.11 or above PMS software. So in this scenario, you can see that the hotel PMS system is FIAS compatible. It's using version 2.11 or above, and the receptionist here is setting a wake-up call for the guest for 7 o'clock in the morning. That code, because it's written in FIAS, it actually appears like this, goes into our system, and our InFIAS application can translate that, and it can set the extension in the room for 7 o'clock in the morning without any need of any PMS middleware here. Okay, so what is PMS middleware? Well, it's used when the front of house system is not FIAS compatible. So PMS middleware Tiger is one that you may have heard of. It's a very popular one that a lot of hotels use. Translates the language into a language or into a format that we can understand, and obviously set the feature that they're trying to do. So quite simply, it translates the PMS system into code NEC can read. It's worth noting that you do not need InFIAS here because, again, the PMS middleware software puts it into a format that we can already understand. However, you will need the Hotel Working license and the PMS license, which can be found in ProFEX. But we want to get rid of this PMS middleware. So let's have a look at that and the reasons why on the next slide. Okay, so now we've removed the need for PMS middleware, we've saved the hotel thousands of pounds. Now, hotel middleware can range anything from £3,000 upwards a year, a lot more for the larger hotel. And if you think about it, a lot of these hotels, or most hotels now, are in chains. So let's say that this hotel was a part of 10 hotels in the chain. You've just saved them £30,000 a year. It's probably enough to pay for the new NEC telephone system. Also, you're down to one provider now, so yourselves can provide the telephony and the PMS integration. And because there's no middleware, there's no PCs or servers or IT costs associated with that. And the big thing for the hotel is there's no reoccurring costs on software assurance or maintenance or software upgrades. And the great thing about InFIAS, guess what? The software upgrades are free, so you can use that to promote InFIAS and NEC to the hotelier. We're compatible with hundreds of front of house systems, and let's not forget that InFIAS is unique to NEC. Other PBXs need that middleware, or they need bespoke interface cards within the system. Okay, so let's see InFIAS working now. So we don't need any PMS middleware, we simply just add the InFIAS license. So reception sets a wake-up call on the hotel front of house system, and the code is sent straight into the SV9100 or the SL2100 system. InFIAS application translates that message and sets the extension wake-up call. So it does exactly what the expensive PMS middleware would have done. Okay, so all the other features work in exactly the same way. Check in, check out, room clean, do not disturb, posting a charge, and voicemail as well. If there's a voicemail message in the hotel guest room, then that is actually cleared or deleted when the next guest checks into that room. And the voicemail can also be used to play a bespoke hotel wake-up call greeting. So rather than just the phone ringing and the guest answers it and there's nothing there, it can actually play a message, let's say with a hotel name. And InFIAS is bi-directional, of course, which means that not only all these features can be set from reception, but they can also be set from any of the hotel rooms or the other extensions in the hotel. Okay, so look at the opportunities that are open for you now. Some large hotel names that you can confidently go in there and talk to them and save them lots of money using InFIAS. To give you an example of how seriously NEC take the hospitality industry, with Hilton, they've actually developed their own in-house PMS system called OnQ, and we've produced a plugin that works with the InFIAS so they can use the system. Some big names around the PMS developers as well, or vendors like Micros Opera, Micros Fidelio, Oracle, Protel. They will all work with InFIAS. So all you really need to do is speak to the hotelier, find out which front of house or PMS system they're using, and we can see if that is Fidelio compatible or compliant, and that will work with InFIAS. Around pricing and configuration couldn't be easier. Using ProFEX CPQ, simply go down to System Interface and Options, System Options, and if you slide down to the bottom, you'll see our onboard applications, and there it is, InFIAS in OnQ. Slide it across, and that will put in the 3 relevant licenses that you will need to work, which is the PMS license, the Hotel Working license, and obviously the InFIAS application itself. Lots of information again on our website, necenterprise.com. You can go to solutions. We're going to have a whole section on hospitality, and again there's lots of resource there for you, brochures, info sheets, and lots of case studies. We'll bring your attention to this, which is found on BusinessNet Portfolio Bulletin 2020 number 11, and there's lots of information and prerequisites for InFIAS. And that really just leaves me to say thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found that useful. Any questions, any suggestions, please do reach out to a member of the NEC sales team or your NEC distributor. Thank you.